Dice, dice, and more dice. Come see even more new releases from Games Workshop for this week, heading into the holiday season. Spiky Bits. All right, welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. Rob Baer here again with you. Hitting you with, well, I guess this is another review because we got so many products this week. I don't even know where to start. I was like trying to break it all down, and I was like, I don't even know. I'm just going to do a video on each because that's about all I could do, except for this one. I kind of threw it in here. So coming in hot is the brand new little repair tool kit. It's basically a seam scraper plus a little pot, or I guess holder, for you to put some glue in so you can put this in your pocket. Personally for me, I don't know about putting glue in my pocket because that's really close to something that doesn't need to get glued on accident, if you know what I mean. Like that ain't me. That ain't where I'm at. I would put something like this on my like bag or something, you know what I'm saying? I would not put this in my pocket. Do not put this in your pocket. Bad things could happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm just going to leave it the rest for your imagination. Then we got the Malstrom dice, which have 3 different pretty colors. And blue's my favorite for sure. We're going to take a closer look at those. And the wound trackers, which are basically like some big D10s that have 2 different sets of colors, which would make it easier for keeping track of both 10s and 1s, you know, if you need it on something. But it would also allow you to kind of, you know, mix them up in your army and things. But inevitably, no matter what you put on the table to keep track of wounds or counters or whatever, you always 100% end up picking it up and rolling it for something else, I feel like. Okay, so here is the new little Malstrom Dice Set. Now this is pretty much your, I think these are 12 millimeter, I want to say, size dice, and they're pretty neat. Like, I think these retail for $10, which honestly, compared to what the bigger pip ones or the bigger size ones usually go for, I think 20. It's not that bad of a deal, to be quite honest. Now, you were like, wait, I don't know about $10 for that many dice when, you know, I could get such and such from Chessex at opaque, but these aren't really a true opaque, I don't feel like. They're almost like a faux pearlescent with like a little bit of like semi-gloss on it, and I like them. They're really neat. Like, they roll really unique. Like, you can tell these aren't just like some Buster Chessex dice that you get for like $5 or whatever. Like, these actually feel like something in my hand, and I almost like, I'm rolling them and I'm like, they feel like there's something in my hand. Like, there's almost a little bit of weight to them. So I feel like Games Workshop didn't, you know, it's kind of skimp on the quality here, because you can get, let's face it, you know, you can get crappy dice, but these actually feel like they're consistent depth of material through here. I wouldn't imagine you're finding any air bubbles or anything like that. And what's even funnier is the skull is on the 1, right? And it's skull, you're like, oh, skull means death. Oh, it's on the 1. So it makes sense. You see skulls, you guy probably died. But it seems to roll really well. Like, I don't know if you've been paying attention here, but I have not been rolling a bunch of 1s. So I'm really digging these dice all the way around. They feel like I have something in my hand. They seem to roll pretty decent. And they're not too shabby value for, you know, the amount you get for $10. I mean, what else can you buy from Games Workshop for $10? You know what I mean? Not too bad of a deal, in my opinion. Next up is the Wound Tracker dice, which of course you can use for both game systems of 40K or Age of Sigmar. It kind of doesn't matter there. You get 8 of these dice, and they're uniquely designed. Like, I'm also digging these. Now, it's funny that I actually know a little bit about pricing. So these are $12.50. The other dice are $10. Now, again, they feel really good quality. Like, these feel like a higher quality than what your standard board games and things come with. They roll pretty well. They seem consistent of material through and through, because just the way they kind of roll, like, you can tell that they're searching for a flat surface. It doesn't seem like they got air bubbles or anything like that. Now, as far as their styling goes, they are an opaque set of dice. Like, there's no flair to them whatsoever. The flair comes from the design or the pips themselves, which I really dig. Now, it's funny that these are just, okay, don't get it twisted, these are just D10s, guys. But we noticed in the Burning of Prospero or Prospero Burns, whichever way you want to go with it, box set. There's a bunch of different dice in there, D10s being one of them. And I've rolled those D10s. They do not roll the same. They are inferior quality compared to these dice. Now, when we saw the White Dwarf issue come out that said these were coming out and it was basically D10s, I was like, hey, that's a great idea. And I ran down to the store, my local store. I picked up 10 of these for $12, but they were the Chessex, just the bland, opaque red dice. So for $10, you can get, you know, a little bit more of these, but they are also of a lesser quality. So when I'm rolling these, and I'm like, these don't roll quite as good. I mean, these roll better. They roll less. I don't like the Chessex ones. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't like, these feel like more material, but again, this really isn't something you're going to be rolling because these are really to keep track of wounds, and they look different enough that hopefully you don't pick them up on accident, you know, because as of right now, we don't need to roll D10s for Warhammer 40k or Age of Sigmar, but who knows what's going to happen in the past. The sky's the limit. I think it's a neat little product for $12.50. Yes, it does cost more than what you can buy off the shelf, you know, from Chessex or from somebody else, but if you're looking for quality, I feel like these are a better quality die than just your off-the-shelf normal opaque dice out there. So again, you've got a bunch of different choices in your actual dice here. You've got 6 different Malstrom colors, and then over here you've got some different combinations of colored pips and also the dies themselves. And last but certainly not least is the little Citadel Repair Tool, which I think at face value is definitely a nifty little design or idea to have, because let me tell you what everybody always asks me at tournaments. Hey man, you got any glue? Hey man, you got any glue? Hey, did you bring any glue with you? And it's true, people break stuff at tournaments, go figure. But nobody ever seems to have any glue. Well, now you can have it the best of both worlds. You can have the little scraping tool with a little file as well to rough up the edge to get a nice good seal again with the glue, and a little pot or container case to put a little thing of super glue in. Now the super glue is not included, of course, and I don't think Games Workshop sells anything that small, so you probably have to hit up Walmart or whatever to get something. Now again, like I was saying in the intro, don't put this in your pocket, don't be a stupid, because bad things could happen. But it's a great thing to have, you know, attached to your bag, or, you know, just to bring with you in general, but don't put it in your pocket. Just don't do it. Bad things can happen. And here they kind of show you how it works, like, oh, it broke. Oh, let me, you know, kind of shave it here and rough it down. Oh, and then boom, I just get on my glue and I glue it together. Good to go, which kind of makes sense. Now, this is a $20 tool, and, you know, at face value, you're like, $20, come on, guys. But I said the same thing about the seam scraper, which is the top part here. Not with the full tang, it's only about a half tang. But man, I tell you what, there isn't one. When I leave my seam scraper at home on my paint desk and I go to the store or something and I'm working on some stuff and I don't have it, I literally will not use my X-Acto blade because I am that particular about my seam scraper. I thought it was the stupidest thing ever, and I bought it and I tried it and I have not put it down and stopped using it since. It's I don't know, it's just that's my thing. So it's cool to have a nice little portable one here that isn't quite as big. I think the normal one is about that big there, and it's pretty neat. This is a little bit different because again, it's got that little file on it to help you rough up the miniatures to get a good, not only you can scrape the plastic off, but you can also go in and rough the plastic up, because remember, that helps the glue attach itself. And hey, what is this right here? Oh, maybe you need to open a bottle while you're playing too. Hey! Always enjoy hobbying and playing your games responsibly. And then here is the ginormously oversized little container that twists. It actually has an O-ring seal, which I thought was kind of neat on their part, because that way, I guess it's airtight. I don't know if it's watertight, but you would think it's at least airtight so the glue doesn't escape or go bad, you know. But I guarantee you, when you pop this thing open, if your cap isn't on your glue, well, you're probably gonna huff a couple of fumes on accident, because I can imagine this thing, woo, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like that, that can get a little rough if your glue comes open and it just kind of builds up a little perfume scent in there of a delicious glue. So it's kind of cool. This is a nice little like holder. It's a nice out-of-box little Ubi experience. I feel like for 20 bucks, it's a nice little thing. But Citadel definitely has it going on when it comes to their tools. Like I said, their seam scraper is what's up. This is obviously a little bit more utilitarian because you can take it, go portable with it and take it to tournaments and be that guy that saves everybody's models. You know, everybody, instead of asking for glue now, they're gonna be like, yo, you got one of those repair tools? Yo, you got one of those repair tools? And you can be the guy to save the day.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. TheLongWar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.